Coming up on the very first edition of the Film First show, we go behind the scenes of the new British horror movie Strippers vs Werewolves with Adele Silva and Martin Kemp.
We'll be finding out what this lot think of the new hit comedy Bridesmaids. We'll be hearing from James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender about the new hit superhero movie X-Men First Class.
But first, some film news.
Bond is back. MGM, Sony and Eon Productions have announced the release date of the 23rd James Bond movie to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the first Bond film, Dr. No. Mark the date in your diaries, 26th of October 2012. It's Daniel Craig's third outing as Ian Fleming's super spy.
You don't have to worry about me.
And the film will be directed by Sam Mendes.
Bond is black. That's a headline I'd like to see. Isn't it 50 years, isn't it? About time for a black Bond.
No.
James Bond. Idris
No.
Elba is
No.
James Bond 007.
Speaking of Daniel Craig, the trailer for David Fincher's adaptation of Stieg Larsson's bestseller The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was unleashed this week, giving a taste of what's in store from Daniel Craig, Rooney Mara and token Swede Stellan Skarsgård.
So, David Fincher, what do you think? Is his version going to be the Charles Eames chair to the Swedish IKEA flat pack furniture adaptation?
We all love a David Fincher film, so bring it on. Vin Diesel, still white hot following the success of Fast and Furious 5, and director David Twohy have both gone on record this week about a new Riddick movie, the third in a trilogy which began with Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick. Titled simply Riddick, the third film sees our anti-hero betrayed and left for dead and battles bad guys aplenty before returning to his home planet to save it from destruction.
And now back to Bridesmaids. The Hangover Part 2 has already proven itself the biggest hit comedy of the year so far. It has some pretty stiff competition this month from a brand new group of girls who make the Wolfpack look like a bunch of sheep. From actor-turned-director Paul Feig, previously best known as fantasy baseball guy in Judd Apatow's Knocked Up.
Hey, Pete, don't let the door hit you in the vagina on the way out.
It is the brand new, bound to be a big hit comedy, Bridesmaids.
Lillian, honey?
Beautifully. Breathtaking.
Just so pretty, it makes my stomach hurt.
Lillian, I don't know what to say. You look... Megan, are you okay? Oh.
I think my dress was probably just tight.
Oh, my God. You got food poisoning from that restaurant, didn't you? No, I had the same thing that she had, and I feel fine. Oh, my. Okay.
Oh, no.
What is happening? Nothing's happening. Oh, my God.
You know, I don't really care which dress we get. It doesn't matter to me. I just need to get off this white carpet.
No, okay. No, not the bathroom. Everybody, go outside. I'm serious.
It was so much funnier than I expected it to be. I almost wet myself 3 or 4 times watching it.
What was your favourite bit? Did you sort of identify with any of the characters?
Sort of. I mean, there were so many sort of like cringeworthy moments where you think, oh, I've done stuff that's just as embarrassing, and that's what you can relate to for sure, yeah.
What do you guys think?
I was a bit sceptical, but I was definitely impressed. I loved it. There's so many times that we've been through the exact kind of... Yeah, they've got it right. They've got it sort of perfectly, the way girls sort of talk to each other.
It's true.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the situations that you identified with, please?
The bit on the plane where they're like, oh, you're so beautiful. I love you so much. Yeah, definitely. And when they're in the coffee shop at the beginning, when they get cream on their lip and they don't tell each other. Yeah, we've been there. Yeah.
You appear to be a man, sir.
I am, yes.
Yeah, what did you think about Bridesmaids?
Oh, I loved it. It's probably about 10 times better than Hangover Part 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? What were you expecting? Were you expecting for it to turn out the way it did?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kristen Wiig, who was a star and who co-wrote it, she's amazing. She's a great actress on Saturday Night Live, and it's just hilarious.
What did you think about the cast?
I thought the cast was fantastic. I thought everybody was really well cast, and it just really held together quite well. Yeah. And it was very cringeworthy and uncomfortable in places, but that just made it that much more funny.
Planning a wedding should be fun. You know what? If I ever had a wedding, I'd want everybody to be stress-free. You know, I'd like it to be like a carnival, like people win prizes for guessing the bride's weight, and dunk tanks.
Yeah.
You know.
You could have elephants, and the bride and groom can walk on a little tightrope.
Okay, what you're talking about there, that's a circus wedding.
Oh.
It's a totally different...
All right.
You missed it.
So, Mr. Hughes, what did you you think of Bridesmaids?
I absolutely loved it. I have to say, all I ask of a comedy is for it to be funny all the way through, and this was an hour and 45 minutes of pure comedy bliss. Kristen Wiig, who was the best thing about Paul, and has been quietly brilliant in a bunch of other comedies. She really comes into her own here as star and co-screenwriter of this, and I think Bridesmaids is going to be the new... I think Bridesmaids is going to be the new Bridget Jones.
I thought you were the new Bridget Jones.
No, I'm the new Bridget Nielsen.
Okay, all right,
Thank you.
fine.
What did you think of it, Lance?
I was pleasantly surprised. I thought that I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I did, but I absolutely adore it. And when it comes out, I want everybody to see it. I'm going to go back again and again.
I think it's really going to be a very big hit, and I must admit I was ready to watch it again as soon as I'd finished seeing it, so that's a really good testament to a comedy. You don't just come out of it on a high, you come out of it and you want to go right back in again.
Yeah, absolutely. What other comedies are you looking forward to?
Well, the one that I'm looking forward to the most is The Change-Up, in which single womanizer Ryan Reynolds changes place with his married best friend, played by Jason Bateman.
You know, I was just saying that I envy your life, Mitch. I envy yours. I wish I had your life. What do I tell Jamie when she wants to have sex tonight? You're not having sex with my wife, Mitch. She comes at me like a hurricane. A guy can only withstand so much. I am gonna ruin her. Oh my God.
I need to cool it on the Thai food.
Oh my God.
And we saw a small Irish film, in fact, called The Guard, starring Brendan Gleeson as Irish Garda police officer. And
in Galway, right?
In Galway. Yeah. And Don Cheadle as an FBI officer sent over to bust a drugs ring, and their two mismatched cops, and buddy movie ensues.
To head in tonight to attend a briefing from a fella who's over from the FBI. Special Agent Wendell Everett.
These men are highly dangerous. And if... Yes, Sergeant.
I thought only black lads were drug dealers. And Mexicans. I did well there. I'll see ya.
Moving swiftly from the sublime to the ridiculous, our resident roving reporter Alicia MacDonald has been on the set of the British horror movie Strippers vs. Werewolves, and here's her exclusive report.
Well, I'm here on the set of Strippers vs. Werewolves and with the lovely Adele Silva. Welcome. Thanks for talking to us. The clue's kind of in the title, but what's the brief synopsis of Strippers vs. Werewolves?
Well, you're used to seeing like guy werewolf movies, aren't you?
Yeah.
So obviously we throw in like a few strippers.
Nice.
Girls come out on top. You know.
It's got a lovely stripper, yeah.
And it's a really good comedy. It's really fun.
It really is that whole kind of, does what it says on the tin kind of movie. But it is very much a comedy rather than a horror movie where strippers fight werewolves. So if you like, it's a comedy with werewolves in rather than a horror movie with some funny gags.
Where did the idea come about for this?
It came to me randomly as a spec script out of the blue, and I read it and loved it and phoned my partners, and they thought I'd been in the pub all afternoon and been drinking. And they just said, we can't possibly make a film called Strippers vs. Werewolves. But then they read it and they saw it was actually kind of okay and not this weird sort of TNA movie. So we got going.
Tell me about your role in this. You're scary.
Oh, my role in this film is literally the smallest little cameo you've ever seen. I played Mickey the werewolf, who lasts about 30 seconds, but I wasn't going to be in it. Well, I wasn't going to be in it, and the other day Jonathan Softcott said to me, we need someone for the opening scene. We haven't got anybody. We're looking for a name, and he was pointing at me all the way through it, and I was like, okay, all right, I'll do it.
How is it working with Martin? Because he directed you in a short in Karma Magnet. Yeah, and so he directed you then, and now he's acting with you.
I know.
How is that? Is that mental? Like, how has it worked out?
It was cool actually. I mean, he was a great director when I worked with him, and he was great to work with. But it was a bit weird actually seeing, because they've kind of like, with him being a werewolf, they've like over exaggerated, like it still looks like him, but he doesn't. So it was a bit weird kind of like looking, because I think it's really you.
Hi, I'm playing Danny. I've just come out of makeup. I've had my bite done because I've already been bitten by one of the werewolves. I'm just waiting to do my bit. They've got to bloody me up. So when we shot the scene before, I was lying in a pool of my own blood, which was quite gory.
Well, I've had a lovely day on set of Strippers vs. Werewolves here in the stunning Hustler Club in Croydon. I'm off to go and get a bottle of Cristal and a lap dance, so I'll see you guys later.
Be sure to catch Strippers vs. Werewolves when it hits screens later this year.
Coming up in part 2, we've got stand-up comedian Richard Sandling with the DVD and Blu-ray reviews.
And with us in the studio, cinema, is director of The Holding, Susan Jacobson.
We talk to the director of Senna and the stars of the smash hit movie X-Men First Class, James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
And we've got loads of competition prizes to give away.
And so much more, you'd swear you were watching the director's cut. So as Larry Sanders would say,
no flipping!
No flipping!